Go.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm so excited to have the pleasure to introduce Yiddle running Resident Evil 7 Guest House with a blindfold on, and sitting on the digital couch with him is Captain Ezekiel. Take it away.
Hello. How's everybody doing? My name is Nyiddle. This is a very special run. It started off as a meme. It was like a channel points sort of thing where we were like, this isn't even going to be possible. And then sort of started optimizing it and doing a bunch of stuff with it. I'm a horror speedrunner. I do a lot of random stuff. I got Captain Ezekiel here. He is my partner in time save. I don't know. He helps me out with a lot of this routing and speedrun stuff. How's it going, Zeke?
I'm doing great, man. You're gonna kill this run.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate the confidence. So
Hell yeah.
Just to give a little bit of story, I won't be able to see obviously anything. We're gonna be playing from the beginning of the run, like all the way at the beginning, to the end of Guest House. So when Jack welcomes us to the family, and that screen goes to black, that's like sort of the official time. I won't be able to hear the commentators because I want to be able to listen to audio cues. Audio cues are really important in this. So it's really going to be on Zeke to do the explaining. Hopefully you're up for the task. Not that you've played the game 3,000 times, but
I may have played once or twice. I think I might know what goes on. I'm gonna try my best though.
Cool. I think we'll muddle through this for sure. Anyway. So I'm gonna get set up here. I have to mute the commentators, which is gonna be a little weird, but it should work out. Time will start as soon as I press on easy. So I'm now muting myself. I will yeah.
Okay. So Niddle has himself muted. He'll be starting here shortly. Timer should start now. Right as he hit the play there, perfect. All right, you guys have to get used to my voice instead of Niddle's beautifully entertaining voice, but I'll make sure to do my best to do him justice. Actually, he can't hear us at all. We could talk a lot about Niddle.
Absolutely. I was like, we could completely, talk some smack about him the entire time, and he would have no idea.
He would have no clue. But, I guess can't do that. We'll save that. I at least wanted to have him be able to talk back if I'm going to talk garbage to him. But
I know, I agree.
But anyway, so Guest House. If you guys are unfamiliar with this game and unfamiliar with the premise behind RE7, is basically you're Ethan Winters and you're here to save your wife who's been missing for 3 years. Her name is Mia. However, the way this works is that things aren't what they seem. So Ethan shows up at this place called the Baker Estate, which is a house and home by the Baker family. But because of this run, we're not getting that far. We're only going to go through Guest House. Guest House is the first about 15-minute partial auto-scroller, partial hardest part of the game, I guess, entry to the actual game. What's going to happen is we sit through this about 2 minutes, 30 seconds long cutscene where Ethan basically does a few phone calls. She's like, hey, man, my wife sent me an email, and she said she's here in Louisiana. And then Ethan's boys are like, hey, man, that's kind of stupid. That doesn't make any sense. How does she have internet access? We don't work that far into it. But what you're going to see a lot of here is Niddle's going to be using his ears, obviously, for basically this entire run. Where he'll track down where he's going, and listening to where not only the footsteps are like happening, where door cues are happening when he runs into them, but he's also listening to what kind of sounds his feet are making. Because Guest House has different types of floors. There's wooden floors and there's like dirt floors. So he's also listening to that. It's kind of intense what he has to listen to. So it's a good thing he has me muted, because I would definitely drive him batshit insane during this entire thing for talking over him. So he's about to take control of Ethan. Now this whole intro part is following exactly where Ethan starts. He knows where Ethan's going to start, so he's going to go based on that. So he's going to push Ethan forward until he basically hears Ethan either stop or collide with something. He knows these walls are going to push him to the left, and he's basically going to keep going until he can strafe off like this and push against this invisible barrier. Now, Niddle uses these invisible barriers to just let him know that Ethan is stopped. And when he knows Ethan is stopped, he knows he can change which direction he's going until he hits the next barrier. And that's basically the whole premise of getting into Guest House. He knows he hits this fence, and which means he knows he can back up, which will put him through the gate. And Niddle also, you can see nodding his head. He's listening to footsteps, so he knows exactly when and where to go. Also, there's a cat on the screen. That's one of Niddle's 2 amazing cats. I don't know if that's Tora or Toro, but cat. The cat is a gamer, in case anyone's wondering. So you see Niddle strafing along these walls. He's encountering Jack here. When Niddle hears Ethan's footsteps slow down, he knows he ran into Jack, so he's on the right track. He knows where he's going, basically. And then again, he's basically pushing himself into these invisible walls to get a really good understanding of where Ethan's at. And he's going to put himself into this corner, which is going to stop him. And then he knows he has to go at a left diagonal with a crouch to get into this hole. And it also has an audio cue to let him know he's made it. The nod of approval, you see a lot of those this run. It'll nod his head up and down because he knows he's a god gamer and he knows exactly where to go. And a lot of this part is the same premise. Pushing himself up against the invisible wall, letting himself hit the next audio cue, which is going to be jumping off this ledge here in a second. It takes way longer when you have to strafe like this. So he knows he dropped. Niddle knows which way he's looking. So he just does a quick turn. He'll do that a few times this run to know he's going to do an exact 180 turn. He'll do that a handful of times during this run so he knows exactly where he's looking. It's really impressive how he takes these lines. Sometimes it looks like he's not blindfolded. Now he knows he's in the corner. Now he knows he's in Guest House because he hears the lights and he hears the door close. Now there's another portion to these audio cues that we want to know about. When you're playing a Resident Evil game like 7 or Village, when you run into a usable item, like a bolt cutters, or you're running into a something that can be opened, a little audio cue will happen, like when you run into doors or chains. Running into a door will kind of shake the door a little bit. Running into chains will make a little chain door shaking noise. Niddle listens for these too. So now when he's in this hallway, he's going to go as much as he can hugging this wall. He knows when he's running into bookshelf. He's going to hit this door. This door is going to give him an audio cue that he's at the door. He's going to turn around. Or rather, actually, no, sorry. He backs up for this one. Remember, he tried turning around. There was like problems. But he's backing up while strafing to the right to push him into this room. And now it's kind of scary how he does this. It doesn't make any sense. But he's pushing himself into a bunch of different objects in the living room to know where he's at, and he's listening for the TV behind him that lets him know that he's in that corner, in which he can run straight. And then he's going to crouch, and there's going to be the lever to pull. That was all done so actually well with no like real mistake. That was actually really cool. And now he knows he can back up, turn to the right, and there's this little hole in the ground, and he's strafing into it. He can hear Ethan push it open, and then he can quick turn around, hit the ladder, and that's his audio cue that he's gotten through the entrance to Guest House. He's got himself along the corner there. Perfect. Yeah, that's all of that is incredibly difficult. It's there's no way I could ever be able to do anything like this. This is just too crazy. All right, and then the best part about this is Ethan is always at the same place after these cutscenes and after these like interactions, so he knows exactly where Ethan's going to be standing up and looking. So he is going to be running directly into these corners and strafing off into the water. Now, in most RE7 speedruns, you'll see we skip the Andre water spooky thing where Andre's body pops up out of the water. We can skip that by looking at the wall. It's not wise to do that in this sort of speedrun because you need that audio cue to let you know where you're at. So he's gonna, so spooky spoiler warning, you're gonna get a little jump scared when you see Andre come out of the water. So he's gonna strafe directly into it to intentionally get the scare to let him know he's where he needs to be. So he's gonna hear himself climb under this little railing in just a second. That lets him know he's at the right place. The fact that he can hear Ethan moving reassures him that he is going the right direction because there'd be no other place for you to go while strafing to the right like this. He gets underneath it. Now Andre is gonna spook us, which means Niddle now knows he just has to go a little bit to the right and go forward, and he's going to hit the door to get into the next part of Guest House. Now, this chair is tricky, yeah, because it blocks him. Now he's gonna go straight. He's gonna listen to an audio cue of a big bang. He's gonna hear that here. That lets him know he needs to go to the right and back and strafe against the wall. until he gets to the gate. Now, this is a hard interaction because this is going to let him know right here that he's at Mia's gate. Now, he needs to try and strafe and grab these bolt cutters. This is actually a huge pain to get first try. For that reason, the interaction's not there. So Niddle does need to turn his mouse a bit more or strafe a bit slower because his mouse isn't seeing it. This is where it becomes a pain. Yeah, so he's aware that he needs to turn his mouse a bit. He should be able to get him now. Perfect. Now he just needs to go back to the gate, which is just going to listen to the audio cue of Ethan hitting the wall. He's going to turn right. He's going to interact with the door. And the inventory is static, always in the same place, so he knows exactly where he needs to go. To interact with the bolt cutters, it's always going to be down to the left one, because by neutral, it's always in the top left. So that's the perfect start, I would say. He's doing really well, really well. A little bit of a hiccup with running into some stuff, but like that's way too hard for me to even criticize him for it. So he's doing great. Now this part, auto-scroller. We're sitting here for about 5 minutes. We're going to be walk behind Mia, doing close to nothing. But so far, I'd say he's doing pretty well. And Mia calling someone else daddy, not very progress. If you're Ethan, I'm just walking out at this moment, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I call other people daddy.
Okay, fair enough. But Niddle's gonna listen here just to see when Mia moves. So actually, if you don't follow Mia closely, she'll actually just walk to the end of the hall and just kind of stand there waiting for you. She'll just chill. And you actually have to stay within a certain proximity of her to make her go forward, which is kind of annoying. This whole section sucks. Every RE7 speedrunner knows this section is just hot garbage. You just have to sit here and let Mia lose her mind. The way Niddle nods his head, you would think he's like listening to some bangers right now. Like he looks like he's listening to some good music. But could you imagine what kind of a statement that would make to do a blindfolded speedrun while listening to music? That'd be intense. So coming up, we have our first actual interaction after the auto-scroller where basically Mia is going to get kidnapped, and you need to be in a specific sort of area, not really a specific spot, but you need to be away from Mia behind a wall in order to get her to actually get kidnapped. When we do the regular speedrun, we actually position ourselves in a way where we're as close as we can be to Mia, and she'll get kidnapped, and then we'll dart in after her really close to the door. But that won't work in a blindfolded speedrun because you actually need to be as far away as you can, and you can't really be as precise as you could be in a normal speedrun. You blindfolded, can't see, too dark. So he's just gonna strafe himself. As soon as Mia opens his door, he's gonna put himself into the corner where the dolls are. I believe he will use the dolls as his audio cue. I don't remember if he actually does or doesn't, but there are 2 dolls you can pick up. And he can use those as like his audio cue of where he's at, so he gets a good idea that he's far enough away from Mia to where she can be kidnapped. He's just backing himself right into her, and he's gonna strafe into the room to the right. There you go. I think he accidentally quick turned. I don't think he meant to do that. So now he's going into this corner, and if he keeps going to the right, he'll see the doll prompt for the Eevee doll. Lets him know that he's in the place where he needs to be. Picks it up. It's a nice looking doll. That is a good doll. And you see Mia gets taken. He knows he needs to strafe out, holding to the left. Then he, I believe, will quick turn to let him know that he can run forward and then to the left. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to gauge exactly if you're too far to the left or too far to the right, so he adjusts accordingly. Now he goes up the stairs. There's a series of audio cues that happen during this whole section that make this a bit better. Obviously still impossibly hard while blindfolded, but there's a series of audio cues that'll let you know you're in the right place. So he's going to walk into the bathroom. He's going to hear the door. He's mashing F, basically, to make sure that door closes. Walks in and walks out. That lets him know that the knocking is going to start, which lets him know that Mia is coming up the stairs. So he's going to strafe back to the left up until he's at the top of the stairs. He's going to turn around, open the door, run forward. He knows he's there because his brain is massive. Walks down the stairs, Mia spawns, and then we start. This is where things get really, really, really hard. They're already incredibly hard. This is where it gets way harder, because now he has to actually fight an enemy. Not only once, but twice. So this whole cutscene is going to play. nyiddle just gets to chill for a bit, but then when Mia knocks herself out, he needs to get Mia to stand up fast, because he's got to put himself in the right spot. And you can't see, so obviously you can tell that's going to be kind of a problem. But not for nyiddle. His brain's massive, he's very smart, he knows what he's doing. I struggle with it, and I don't wear a blanket. So he's going to get stabbed at Mia intentionally, there's no reason to resist it slower. In case you're wondering why we're letting ourselves get beat up. So he knows when this is gonna. The hard part about this is knowing when it actually ends, because you can hear Mia hit herself on the wall and then fall to the ground. That lets you know that Mia's down, but you kind of have to listen super closely until you know when Ethan can be moved. So you're not preemptively moving or moving too late. So he's gonna listen to her hit her head 3 times, and then when she hits the ground, Ethan will say some words about Mia, and then that lets nyiddle know that he can move. He's right here, and now he's going to tap himself forward a little bit. The hard part about this is it's a super precise movement. You can be too close way too easily and too far way too easily. So he knows about how long this should take, and he might be too close to Mia because it hasn't triggered yet. This is where it gets really hard. This whole setup is very, very hard.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, he's too far from her. He's going to need to move forward. The next time he moves forward into her, she should stand up. Now you can hear it. That's a huge pain. It's so hard. Now he's going to grab this axe, which he knows is to his right, and he's going to start swinging wildly because Mia will walk into him so he can kill Mia. Trying to run at Mia and doing this is like a real pain. Oh, that's unlucky that she gets her hit off first.
Oh, no. Oh, come on.
The timing of the swings is just, like, rough right now, enough for Mia to be the one hitting first. But now he's going to be able to get it. That is so hard to do that, man. It's so crazy. It like, you have to hope that you are on the right swing pattern where you're hitting her first. Otherwise, you and Mia swing at the same speed. Now, he knows where he's at. The hard part is getting the axe back, because now he has to track out of the room. Now he might have an idea that he's in this corner because Mia was deep into the room. So he's going to maybe try to line himself back up to get out of the room. Because right now he's like kind of stuck in there because Mia went really far back. So he's going to have to go to the left a bit. He's still in this corner. This is where it gets really hard, because Mia's in a place where she normally wouldn't be. Now, if he backs up straight from here, he should make it out, because I think now he knows that he's still deep in the room. Oh, no, don't be doing this. No, nyiddle. Gotta go straight back. This room is really bad, because you're not supposed to really be in here. It's, like, hard to tell where you are, because this room has an opening, only one opening to get out of it. So if he goes... He can hear where the phone is, which does help a little bit, but he might think that he's in the hallway, but he's not.
Hang on. Hang on.
Now he just needs to walk straight out. No. It is rough when this happens, because he thinks I think he's under the impression he's in the hallway. So if he goes out and then forward, just a bit more to the right, just the scoot a little bit more to the right, and he'll get out. Just a little bit, there we go. Now this is what he wants. Now he knows he's walking towards the phone, and he can hear it underneath him, so he just has to look down and interact with it.
Woo.
So he probably now realizes that he was stuck in that room. But I have full faith in nyiddle that he'll be able to retrieve the axe, which is the second hardest part about this. Now he has to get the axe. He's going to use the bathroom door as his audio cue to get through this hallway correctly. So now he's basically mashing F to grab the axe, but it's a bit to his right. I'm not sure if he'll get it from this angle. Yeah, he's got to go a little bit more to the right, I think. It's right there. You can see the handle. Okay, perfect. You got the axe. And this should just strafe him out. So now if he goes to the... He might know he's in this corner now if he turns around. Or he might actually still look for the door. If he does this quick turn, yeah, now he knows he's at the door. Perfect. That's hard. That's so hard to get that axe out of that room and get to this point. Now, he needs to use the bolt cutters to get the fuse, which means he's using the same method he did when he entered guest house by running into stuff in the kitchen to strafe around it to let him know where he's at, to get back to the entrance of guest house to use the bolt cutters. This table that's right here is a massive pain in the ass. It's like locking him down a bit when you run into it. And then now he can walk around it. And then he strafes up towards the front of the kitchen because it's easier to get around the table and stuff and get closer to the interaction that way. And now he's just got to go back a little bit. He's very, very close. I wonder if he's stuck on something right now. Yeah, he was. He's stuck on the cabinet. Oh, it's right there. There you go. Nice.
This is like a nerd hard-on. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so attractive. It's insane. And now he can hear himself move in the inventory, so he knows exactly where that item's going to be. So third slot from the right, he can listen to where he's moving. We got the support cat provided by Alyssa. Shoutouts to the support cat. And now he's strafing in until he can get to below the stairs. Same method as he did when he entered guest house. Is he's going to go to this wall, turn around, and get up here, and he's going to spam F to close this door in front of him. That lets him know he's where he needs to be. He can go back to the right again, like he did at the start of guest house. And now this interaction is insane. He I'm not sure if I remember how he does. I think he spins fast. He gets to the corner. He moves up a little bit, I believe. He swings so he knows he's against the wall. Because I believe it makes a different noise. So then he spins until he hits the interaction like that. That shit is so crazy. I do not know how this man does this thing. That is insane. How he comes up with these strats. He made all of these. No one else has done this but him. This is all custom nyiddle approved. Now he's kind of stuck against the corner of this door, which is also a pain. He's got to move forward just a little bit and then back up to the left. These doors just have the most frustrating corners. Uh-oh. Now he's against it. Now he knows where he's at. I think the idea is he's going to walk straight to the left. I think he might think he's still in the room.
Did we not use the fuse?
He opened up his inventory. I don't think he needs to be in the inventory.
Oh my god.
This is where it gets hard again, because he has to figure out how to get out of the room by using directional cues. He knows it's to his left. The problem is getting stuck in that corner of the door made him think that he may have been in the hallway already. Because he just needs to get out and turn to behind him, and he's back at an absolute value where he knows where he's at, because a cutscene plays.
No.
So he basically swings to find out. So
what have I done?
now he's running into the door. It's so rough. He thinks he didn't use the fuse. Really?
Hang on a second.
He's trying to get back to the fuse box. Oh yeah, so you guys can hear him, but I can't hear him, obviously, so fair enough. If he gets back to the interaction on the box, he'll know that he can't use it, right? Because it'll be
really bad.
A non-usable item.
Wait.
So he's gonna spin. See, it's like, maybe he'll realize that he can't interact with this, so it's fine. This is rough. He knows where he is. All right, huge. I can't hear nyiddle, so I'm glad you guys are feeding me this information.
Oh, this is so bad.
The problem is that, yeah, if nyiddle doesn't know that he did use the fuse, the box is going to be a massive pain because it's kind of stuck, and it won't give him any sort of interaction to use.
I might actually be screwed. No.
Come on, nyiddle, we believe in you. You can do it.
Wait.
You can do it.
Hang on.
Oh no, don't go that way.
That I'm hitting.
Yeah, there is a chance he could lock himself really badly into the room.
Hang on.
Which, will stop him because he just has no idea where he's actually at. Oh, did you guys see that shadow? That was terrifying. Ethan's shadow, rendered instantly. It scared the shit out of me. he has many ways to recover. Yeah, I believe he could retry, which will put him back to a checkpoint, which could save that. So he knows exactly where he's at. If he listens closely, he'll know he's not hitting it, and I think he could use that as his indicator that it's already been done.
Did I already use the fuse? Alyssa, I need an assistance. There a fuse in my inventory?
No.
There is no fuse in my inventory. I already used the fuse? Yeah. Oh my gosh, I didn't even hear it.
He is. Does he? I think he thinks he already used it.
In that case...
Does he? Imagine he probably realizes if you go to the section of your inventory that where you would have an item, it would tell you that you used it.
Don't
and
worry,
you tried
chat.
to just activate on that slot.
Here. Please. I swear.
Yes, he used the fuse. That's totally fair. He heard himself close the door, which means he knows where he's at. Now if he walks back behind him, Mia's going to trigger. Niddle's probably going to be pissed at himself a little bit.
I didn't hear the fuse. I didn't even hear it.
Yep, there's his anger.
Oh man, this is so hard. Like I couldn't imagine being in this position where like you're not only running blindfolded guest house, but you're doing it in a marathon. Like that is way too Chad for me. I can't be hanging around with that. That's too hard. But he knows exactly where he's at now because he's got the cutscene.
Good thing I gave that 30-minute estimate, huh?
Shout out to that cup holder, you true. Most people, all people that aren't nyiddle, if they try to do blindfold the guest house, the moment you step into the guest house, you will probably end up stuck in a corner because you literally cannot hear anything. He was confused. Nice one, Dust. Alright, now we're coming up on another part that is a pain point, because there's a good chance, there's an exceptionally high chance that Nyiddle could die because he took so many hits from Mia 1. He's going to go up these stairs, he's going to bring down the upstairs, attic stairs, and then he is going to go fight Mia 2. The strat to do it is not easy. You basically stand still and you swing and you pray to whatever god you want to pray to that you hit Mia before she hits you. Because she has instant kill animations where she'll shove a saw into Ethan's stomach and just kill him. Benefit is, if she does that, he knows where he's at. The DA gets dropped by a whole level, and it becomes a bit easier. So now he's going to run into the corner, turn around, and run straight. He knows these movements are... actually, he does this retry. Oh, yeah. This retry puts Ethan back at a specific spot, so he knows actually exactly where he is. So that works, too. And then now he's going to strafe towards the ladder where he's directly in front of it. He's going to flip a 360. Or sorry, a 180. Don't make fun of me for that one. He's going to go up the ladder, spawn Mia, back up, and he's going to swing like his life literally depends on it. This Mia is much harder. She has 1,300 more health, and she hits much harder. That is not a great way to start it, because now he is at execute health. Oh, yep, just like... Oh, he didn't die there. Headshots are good. Oh, she got him. This fight is incredibly hard. He's gonna roll the retry. That fight is like incredibly difficult for a lot of reasons. The fact that you take so much damage from one hit, and the fact that you get staggered, and she can chain hit you with multiple hits, which will just keep you staggered, and then you'll just die. And when you can't see anything, you can't gauge where she's gonna run. Ooh, Niddle's putting himself much closer to Mia this time. She might hit him. Oh, no, she doesn't. That's... I feel bad for him there. He hit her twice and she could not stagger a single time. Nope, it's another death.
Damn. Well, I'm dead. But
he might let the death play out so that he can get the full DA drop of the death. Yeah, so he lets the whole death play out so that the game will drop his DA down to 0. The fight now becomes a lot faster and easier for him to get on her and kill her, because she'll die in a few swings.
Present an issue.
It's kind of stuck against the corner there. Okay, yeah. I'll try this one more time. Get some hype in the chat. Niddle's gonna pull it off on this attempt. Mark my words. He kills her this try. That was such a juicer of a swing. Yep, and she's dead. GG to
There we
Niddle.
go.
Guest House has been beaten.
Oh my gosh.
Well, blindfolded. Alyssa, I had full faith in the boy.
Needless
I
to
knew
say,
he
that's
had
not
it.
a PB.
Now he's going to stand here and wait. He's going to listen for the sound of one footstep, which will let him know that Jack Baker has entered the arena, and he's going to welcome him to the family. But very well done. The fuse interaction was kind of unlucky, but it happens sometimes. Time will come up as soon as it goes dark here, after Ethan gets stepped up. And time.
That's time.
Yo, that was amazing.
Dude, that was not my cleanest run. I have to admit, some things went completely off the rails there, and I'm excited to see exactly what happened in the VOD, because I'm not even sure. So all right, I think we all kind of know what happened there. I put the
Well, we do, yeah.
yeah. You guys maybe know. I'm pretty sure I didn't hear the fuse go in, because when the fuse goes into the thing, there's like a little like high pitch like like kind of a confirm sound. I didn't hear that at all, so I was like, uh-oh, like I guess I didn't put the fuse in, and yeah, and then I ended up just going back and forth a bunch. I think I probably left the living room at one point, and then I went back into the living room, and then I was facing the wrong way.
Yeah. You like when you got to the door, like after you'd put the fuse in and everything, you opened your inventory and you're like, wait. You're like moving it across in the inventory. You're like, wait, did I do the fuse? And we were like, yes.
Dude, I thought I didn't do it. Oh my gosh. Anyway, that's that's Blindfolded Guest House. I swear I usually do that better. For the record, that was 7 minutes and 40 seconds slower than our personal best, but you know, we tried.
It was a good run. I was like popping off for you when you put the fuse in the first round. I'm like, oh, that was insane.
Yeah.
And then because I couldn't hear you, but they could hear you. And apparently they were like, yeah, Niddle thinks he's lost. I'm like, no, God, why? Like, Niddle, you're not lost. Please. You were so close to walking out the door and triggering the cutscene like on the first time after you got it. I'm like, yeah, this is perfect. This is amazing.
Oh.
And you go back in the room and I'm like, oh, shit, no.
Yeah.
Just a quick donation. Nemioki has donated $5 and says, gold splits.
Yeah, right, Nemayoki. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here. This was a lot of fun. I love doing this blindfolded run. It's a thing that we didn't really think was even possible, and it's, as you can tell, it's very memey. It has the potential to go completely off the rails, especially at the Mia 1 and 2 fights, as you saw. But yeah, it was a great time. I can't wait to watch the VOD back, see you guys in chat and hear Zeke and everything. But yeah, and big shout outs to Corey, all the event staff. FTLG is an awesome event, and they're doing multiple events every year now, or multiple events per year. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Zeke, you got anything you want to part with?
GG's, man. You did great. It was really fun to watch. And we started off the run by saying, like, man, we could just talk shit about Niddle. Right now, he can't hear anything. But we decided against it. But yeah, you did great, man. That was fun.
Thank you, dude. Much appreciated.
All right. So up next, we've got Retro with Batman Arkham City. No damage run. So that's going to be quite entertaining. We'll be up with that very soon. Thank you both for being here as well.
See you guys.